Can the Congress find a way of appointing a chief minister without high drama? Will this play out tonight and over the next few days? Will the MLAs who are meeting be able to rally around one candidate, or will they lob the ball into the court of the Congress High Command? We look at that and more. Here are the headlines we're tracking this evening. Suspense grows over the new Karnataka Chief Minister's name. MLAs put the ball in the High Command's court. Sources say Siddharama is the top pick. The Congress's legislators are meeting just now. BJP wins Jayanagar cliffhanger by 16 votes. C.K. Ramamurthy beats Congress's Soumya Reddy. This after Election Commission ordered recounting after BJP's appeal. Congress calls the result distorted. Praveen Sood, DGP of the Karnataka Police, will be the new CBI chief. He had faced attack from DK Shivakumar over his alleged pro-BJP bias. Does this spell trouble for DKS? Ashok Gehlot slams Sachin Pilot amid a clearly widening rift. Rubbishes Pilot's charges, says he got no help from Vasundhara Raje. Sachin Pilot continues his Sangharsh Pad Yatra.
जो हमने अपने मुंह से वादे किए लोगों को, मैंने भी किए, गहलोत साहब ने भी किए। वसुंधरा जी पे आरोप लगाए ना हमने, खान घोटाला, बजरी घोटाला, लैंड घोटाला, शराब माफिया। अब 4.5 साल बाद हम लोग कार्रवाई नहीं करेंगे तो जनता के बाद जब वोट लेने जाएंगे क्या बोलेंगे हम?
Arson, stone pelting, deadly clashes between two groups in Maharashtra over offensive Insta post. 1 killed, 3 cops injured. Section 144 is imposed. A massive conundrum faces the Congress party at this moment. Who will be Karnataka's next chief minister? Lingayat and Vocaliga seers have come out to back DK Shivakumar. The Kuruba community strongly backing former Chief Minister Siddharama. Remember, this is the race to be the 23rd Chief Minister of Karnataka. I want to go across to our Karnataka Bureau Chief Nagarjun Dwarkanath. My colleague Nabila Jamal has been doing a commendable job tracking developments after result day. She's joining me as well. Nagarjun, I'm seeing DK Shivakumar, as many had anticipated, very clearly flex his muscles. He's not going to just cow down and accept the High Command's writ easily. What's the state of play at this moment? Who, according to you, is likely to be Karnataka's next Chief Minister?
Rahul, coincidentally, it's also DK Shivakumar's birthday today, and he had visited all the mats, including the Vocaliga mat and the Lingayat mat. The community of the Vocaliga are strongly backing DK Shivakumar to be the next Chief Minister. We have seen posters put across Bengaluru, even in his home constituency as well, that the next CM is DK Shivakumar. But what we are picking up from our sources is Siddharama is a close front runner, and the High Command is likely to bless him. The CLP meeting is not started yet, but the consensus in the Siddharama camp is that the MLAs who support Siddharama are large in number, at a ratio of 70-30. Siddharama might get 70% of the votes, if at all there's voting, and 30% to DK Shivakumar. And as per our sources in the CLP meeting, around 135 MLAs are participating, even MLCs will be there. But the observers, the 3 observers, will be talking to each MLA one-on-one in a separate room that has been arranged right next to the banquet hall in a private hotel, so that all the 3 observers will take opinion of all MLAs as to who they want to be the CM. The options have not been given. Either they can choose anyone and even themselves. So the option is quite open. So out of 136, the MLAs can choose anyone.
So are you saying there'll actually be a voting? Because the other option which the Congress has usually done is just have a conversation, figure out that there is no consensus, and instead of making it acrimonious, leave it to the so-called High Command to decide.
There'll be no official voting as such, but when verbal conversation, like you mentioned, the observers will be verbally asking what is their opinion and what has favored them to win. And it's an informal conversation as well, so they get the mood of what is in the MLA's mind as well. But what we are told is Siddharama's camp since morning has chalked out a strategy and spoken to MLAs as well. And they know that their strength is 70% of the MLAs are still backing Siddharama to the CM, and 30% is Mr. DK Shivakumar. But in the top sources in AICC are telling us that Siddharama most likely will be the frontrunner to be the CM.
But what if Shivakumar doesn't accept that? Because you've spoken to him, I've spoken to him many times over. He's no Sachin Pilot. He's not just going to fall in line. He's wily. he's got money, he's got a fair amount of backing. If he decides to strike a discordant note, this government could get off to a rocky start.
That is absolutely true. He'll try flexing all his muscles, considering the Congress will have to get this sorted before 2024 elections. They don't want another Rajasthan happening in Karnataka as well. But when the Gandhis will interfere and Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi themselves will try to convince DK Shivakumar, if the situation arises, is what we are told. The Congress President and GSO, that is the General Secretary Organization, KC Venugopal, have been told to communicate whenever the decision is taken. If the issue is not sorted out, then both the leaders will be called to Delhi, and Madam Sonia Gandhi is what they call her. She would be deciding, is what we have been told from our top sources. Only then the Gandhis will interfere. Till then, the ball lies in the court of the Congress President as well as the General Secretary in charge.
Nabila Jamal also joins us from the venue of the CLP meeting. Nabila, I saw you were trying to catch a lot of the MLAs as they were going in. What's the sense that you picked up? Did more of these MLAs seem on the side of Siddharama, or did quite a few of them very vocally express support for Shivakumar?
You know, Rahul, I'd first like to give you a quick glimpse of this environment right here outside Shangri-La Hotel of the CLP meeting. This is almost like a victory lap, if I should say. This is the day when all the MLAs who have won their respective constituencies, who are now parading in front of fans, making it look like this is a war, a battle that they've won. And this is almost a victory lap that they're cutting across through this entire stretch of Vasantnagar Road, right outside Mount Carmel's, adjacent to Shangri-La Hotel. And yes, it is Siddharama supporters. These are Siddharama supporters, as we see here, who are holding images of Siddharama. I'm going to show you these images here of people and protesters who are, all right, there you have it. If I can ask my camera to pan in. These are people here who are holding images of
We want to Siddharama Chief Minister. He was a mass leader. Siddharama. मुख्यमंत्री बनेगा.
मुख्यमंत्री बनेगा. These are images here of Siddharama supporters who are holding images of Siddharama and wanting him to be the Chief Minister for Karnataka. And I'd like to tell you, Rahul, and our viewers here, we hear within the Congress circles that there are 72 MLAs who have already signed on a letter showing their support and allegiance to Siddharama. This is what we hear in the circles. It's got to be confirmed, and this message has gone very clearly to the High Command. Siddharama has, of course, he's announced his retire. He says that this is his last electoral battle. He wants to retire gracefully as the Chief Minister. He's very solid with his ambition here. He wants to be the CM. Will DK Shivakumar be okay with being given the Deputy Chief Minister's post? Highly unlikely. But of course, this is where the Herculean task lies before the Congress, that they've got to really pacify one while they please the other. But Siddharama, sure, all the way at this point, is a mass leader, has that kind of support from different parts of Karnataka, considering the Kuruba community is spread all across the state. He is the popular CM face, and that's what we see, the pulse on ground as well. A strategist, DK Shivakumar, also has that support, but he also has age on his side. Nothing to beat Sidhu's appeal at this point.
No, but it's not just about appointing Shivakumar as Chief Minister's deputy. The other factor at play, Nagarjun, is that the likes of MB Patil, who's the most prominent Lingayat leader, the likes of Parmeshwara, who's been KPCC chief in the past, the prominent Dalit face of the Congress party, they're expecting to become chief ministers as well. More than a dozen tribal MLAs have won. They're expecting the tribals be rewarded. So it's not just about pleasing Siddharamaiah, placating Shivakumar. You've got a Lingayat problem with MB Patil, you've got a Dalit problem with Parmeshwara, and you've got tribal leaders who would like to see the tribal community rewarded as well. So the Congress really needs to play this smartly, otherwise we'll have a Rajasthan 2.0.
That is absolutely true. 15 such tribal and Dalit MLAs have won, and Lingayats are 39. So, en masse, the community has voted for the Congress party, and the leaders themselves are flexing muscles, saying that if there's no representation, the vote bank is likely to move away to the BJP in 2024, and justice has to be given. And not just these three communities, Rahul, but also the minority. They're also asking for their own share, saying If not for the minority, the vote share would not go to 43%. And that's the takeaway point if you do the data analytics. And they have done their bit, is what they feel, the homework. And now they're also asking lion's share in cabinet. So there's another headache for the party as well. So there's Lingayat community, Dalit community, the tribe, ST, and also the minority to be taken care. So how many portfolios, how many deputy CMs, that is the permutation combination that has to be done. And Siddharama being such a stalwart, he's always in the way that it's his way or highway. Will he accept for 4 deputy CMs if he becomes the chief minister? If DK becomes a CM, Siddharama will not be okay to be the deputy CM. He'll have to sit back in the last bench, is what we are telling. The close sources of Siddharama are telling us that Siddharama have said that he didn't contest this election to be just an MLA. He contested this election to be the chief minister of the state. And hence, if he's not made, he's likely to be not taking any interest and just sitting back and watching the whole show himself.
Mess, unless they can find a way of resolving it. The Congress, from its past track record or recent track record, hasn't done a good job. In Rajasthan, there's a simmer. In Rajasthan, there's a full-fledged eruption. In Chhattisgarh, there's a simmer. In Madhya Pradesh, there was a revolt. And now you've got Karnataka joining us to talk about what may happen in this Congress Legislative Party meeting. Lavanya Balal, spokesperson of the Congress. Shehzad Punawala joins me in the studio. Shehzad, welcome. He's smiling and he has every reason to. With us also on this broadcast is Ramakrishna Upadhyay, political analyst, commentator. Harish Bijur is back home in Bengaluru. He joins us from there. Sanjay Kumar is the director at Lokniti, one of India's top psephologists. He joins me as well. Ramakrishna Upadhyay, you know these characters, their mind, what they say, what they think. What in the world is going on? I want to just give some context to our viewers. Shivakumar is flexing his muscles. Even he knows at this time that Siddharama has more MLAs on his side. He claims to be a Gandhi loyalist, so he's not really looking to break away and set up another party as many would think. He wants to be in power, but he wants to have a big share of it. Siddharama, in his past innings as chief minister and just his personality traits are such that he is not accustomed to sharing power. He thinks he is the king. And that's the way he likes to run things. That's DK Shivakumar reaching the Shangri-La Hotel, the venue of the CLP meeting. His cavalcade draws in. He's done enough of a show of strength since the morning. All these Lingayat seers, Vocaliga seers. He can say that Vocaliga vote bank has gone up, and not since the time of SM Krishna have so many Vocaligas voted for the Congress. And therefore, if you want to finish off the JDS, ensure that the Vocaliga vote of Old Mysuru doesn't go to the BJP. Back me, I'm your man. This is a royal nightmare now playing itself out. Will they be able to resolve it, Ramakrishna Upadhyay, in a calm, amicable fashion, or will this blow out of control?
Well, Rahul, I think a battle royal is going to be there because as of now, Siddharama is the favorite. He's the top contender for the chief minister's post. But DK Shivakumar is not going to give up easily. The very fact that he has met all the, Vocaliga Swamijis and sought their support, and, their meeting has been publicly aired in all the television channels. And, they've all been saying that it is time for a Vocaliga to become the chief minister, because Congress has not given a chief ministership to Vocaliga since SM Krishna. And SM Krishna also came after about 20 years. So they say that it is the time for Shivakumar to become the CM, because Siddharama has had his innings. He had a full 5-year quota. So just 5 years ago. So it's time for Siddharama. It's time for Shivakumar. So this is not going to end very, very pleasantly, I feel, unless the High Command can come up with a formula which...
Now, what could this formula be? Okay, since you understand what makes them tick and what makes them irritated, what could the best formula be which kind of keeps them both placated? Because Shivakumar wants the CM's chair. Siddha is thinking, give it to me because this is my last term. It's exactly Sachin versus Gehlot in many ways.
Yeah, see, the formula can only be a deputy CM post. You can't have two chief ministers.
No, but you've got MB Patel, you've got Parmeshwara, they're senior. They think that he should be deputy CM because he's a Lingayat, one is a Dalit. They've both, frankly, in some numbers, voted for the Congress this time.
Yes, and MB Patil is going to demand on behalf of the Lingayats and Parmeshwara on behalf of the scheduled caste. So, the party might want to have three deputy chief ministers.
And then Shivakumar will be very angry. You can't have three deputy CMs because that makes Shivakumar one among three. That's just
Yes.
like being a glorified cabinet minister. Given the amount of
that is-
effort he made, the money he raised, the organizational work he did, he is not going to be okay. He doesn't think that Parameshwara and Patil are his equals.
No, that is what I mean. I'm reminded of 1989.
What happened then?
Virendra Patil led the Congress party to a huge majority. I mean, that is the first time when they got 174 seats, and he was the automatic choice. And of course, he was elected as the chief minister. But unfortunately for the Congress, he had a stroke after 10 months being in office. And we all know the circumstances under which he was removed by the then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. He just announced at the airport that you are going to see a new chief minister. That led to a lot of furor. I mean, and then to find a successor, the Congress struggled like anything. They finally appointed Bangarappa, who was not the unanimous choice. There were other contenders like Dharam Singh, Krishna. They were all there. So
Why did they pick Bangarappa at that time?
Pardon?
Why did they pick Bangarappa at that time?
Bangarappa had its own supporters in the High Command, and he played his cards well, and he became a chief minister. And then from day one, there was dissidence. I mean, there are 30, 40 MLAs who go to Delhi every 15 days and then make a representation saying that his government is indulging in this and that. And he had to quit after 2 years. And who did they select after that? It was Veerappa Moily, who had a minuscule support in the legislature party. And he used his, guru, Karnataka, to become the chief minister. Those were the days I think High Command could play a much bigger role and they could just ram through. But ramming through had its own implications. And even Moily had difficulties. And there were again dissidents moving around. And then they gave him hell. So and then finally,
is Nabila still with us? Because I just want to see if I can go across to the Shangri-La Hotel. Nabila, try and see if you can stick your mic in and get Shivakumar to say something.
Right. Right, DK Shivakumar has just entered, Rahul. He's not willing to speak to anyone. His body language seems quite stern. And I should tell you, Rahul, that while Siddharama entered the Shangri-La Hotel, the kind of craze and the convoy that followed him wasn't as pompous and flamboyant as we saw that of DK. DK Shivakumar had at least a host of 10 other cars that followed him, people hanging on either side of the cars, and the kind of fanfare that he has is really unmatchable. And that itself shows DK as really the muscle man in the Congress. These are a bunch of the leaders who are just about entering. It's been a few words from the Congress members here. What's going to be happening inside, sir? Would you like to tell us? Hindi mein boliye.
अंदर क्या मीटिंग होता देखना
आपका फेवरेट कोई है?
फेवरेट हाई कमेंट क्या बोलता वो हमारा
आप बोलो, आप डीके को आप मानते हो?
मानते हैं
डीके फिट सीएम होगा?
वो है तो अच्छा
है. All right, there you have finally someone giving it away, because the Congress netas here, Rahul, have been really guarded with what they're speaking to the media and what they have to say. Some more voices here, if I can tell you, who is your support? Who are you supporting here?
See, the High Command is going to decide. We have won with a thumping majority. Whatever, all of us, we are going to meet for the first time. And I'm sure the right person will get elected.
This time?
Yeah, I have done.
You won for the first time?
No, I won for the third time.
My apologies, but tell me, what's really worked for the Congress this time?
Yeah?
What's worked for the Congress? Was it DK's strategy or Siddha's appeal?
See, it was a lethal combination of both. And that's what got us like about 136 seats. And we also have a person from Karnataka at the helm of AICC affairs, that Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge. So everything combined has come into effect.
But ultimately here, what do you think will be the process? Is it going to be a show of hands? Is it going to be just a one-line resolution or a secret ballot?
We have just won. All of us are going to meet for the first time. And we're just going to figure out what...
Is it a party or a CLP meet? To clarify.
It's a CLP meet. It's the first CLP meet.
No party here?
No party.
Celebration?
Yeah, definitely there's going to be celebration. Definitely they're going to congratulate everyone. And we're going to greet each other.
Alright, finally now DK and Siddha, one of them have to be the CM, two can't be. Do you think the party will handle internal differences? A lot of talk about, internal differences between DK and Siddhu. As an MLA, what would you say?
See, the party has done that before. In every state, there are at least 2 or 3 contenders. So the party is going to take a call.
But the party has failed in Rajasthan. We see what's happening there with Gehlot and Sachin Pai.
Nothing like that. Nothing like that is going to happen in Karnataka. Karnataka, we have won 136 seats and we're going to do very, very well.
Alright. That's your confidence and MLAs there who are now trickling in for the CLP meet. Rahul, it was supposed to start at 6:05 sharp. This was the auspicious time given to the MLAs, but it's well past 7 now, and we see that the CLP meet has not even begun.
So here's my suggestion, Nabila. You stay live, you stay connected with our control room. Start waving like crazy when you got something really exciting happening around you. I'll come back to you. Okay, Shehzad Poonawala is loving this. This is our Lado. You're enjoying this.
I'll tell you why. Because my good friend Nabila, who's done some excellent coverage, and kudos to you, not just in the studio but outside too. Nabila, if I were you, I would say, "Kaun banega agla Sachin pilot?" And perhaps if I was handling your rundown, the first headline was about Sachin. The last headline would have been not "Kaun banega CM" but "Kaun banega Sachin pilot," because remember this: political adultery leads to political breakup.
You're just hoping for the worst.
Happened in Rajasthan.
You are just being Narad Muni hoping for the worst.
I am not being Narad Muni. I am being Sanjay. I can see what is happening. And therefore, in my most humble capacity, look, I don't want to fish in troubled waters at all. This is not my style. It's not the BJP style. But having said that, let me tell you, the posters are the priority. The post is the priority for I Need Chair. Indian National Congress, I Need Chair. And therefore, promises nobody's talking about.
Okay, let Lavanya Balal respond
Political
to Shehzad. I need
leads
chair.
to
Both
political
saying
breakup.
they need chair. Now, how do you resolve this?
4 saying I need chair.
The others don't matter as much. But you got two big boys gunning for the same chair, looking at the same chair, and both saying, it's either me or I walk. Lavanya.
They're not saying I will walk, Rahul. It is very amusing to see people saying this is a nightmare and all of that. Two are very mature politicians, and both are well deserving. And it is just a meeting which is not yet started. So people who are thinking this is going to be another Sachin pilot and all of that, I would like to remind them the way Mr. Yediyurappa was shunted out in the BJP term, and not just that. The first time Yediyurappa became the CM, BJP had 3 CMs. It was a revolving door of CMs. So it's not like BJP is somebody who is capable of keeping their CMs in their post for 5 years. Look at Gujarat. Look at multiple BJP CMs and look at the way they are faring. So we have not even reached the. We have not even.
No, but there is a big difference. No, one second, Lavanya, don't kid yourself. There's a big difference between the BJP High Command and the Congress High Command at this time. If Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah say X, Y, Z, others have very little line, but very little option but to fall in line. Yediyurappa had to give up the CM's chair. DK, Shivakumar and Siddharama both will have reason to believe that they brought more to the Congress ticket than the Congress High Command. That this is their victory. They are demanding their pound of flesh.
Yeah, well, Rahul, the difference between the BJP leaders and the Congress leaders is this. Our leaders are mature enough to follow the party line. Our leaders are mature enough to know what is
not
important
really.
for Congress.
Jyotiraditya Scindia walked away, RPN Singh walked away, Jatin Prasad walked away, and I can go on and on about all those who did.
Yeah, we have also had 17 Congress leaders who walked away to form government with the BJP. So BJP is known for Operation Kamala. It's not like they have any moral high ground over Congress.
Anyway,
it's just that leaders from both parties are capable of doing this. But
Shehzad wants to get a quick counter.
This is not a nightmare, Rahul.
Okay, sure. No.
No.
Nightmare is for the BJP. They're the ones who lost. So that's the real nightmare. This is just trying to juggle the political equations and see if you can, find a solution which is acceptable to both the big boys. Yes.
But when Lavanya said that they'll handle it maturely, I wonder if she means that Sachin Pilot is immature, whether Dev Singh is immature, and whether the other claimants for their positions are immature. Lavanya, let's have one by one. Please, if I may speak, then you can comment. Yeah, let's have a civilized debate. Lavanya, let's not do what your leaders are doing for the chair. Let me have my say, then you can have yours. Second thing, who is the High Command? Do you know the interesting statement Mr. Khadge made today? He says our observers will convey their opinion to the High Command and a decision will be taken thereafter. He is the INC President. Who is the High Command? Isn't he the High Command, Rahul? This is the PTI.
He realizes the limitations of his office.
So the limitations.
He also knows who's the boss.
So therefore, it's not the process, it's the Parivar. It's not a Loktantra, it's a Parivar Tantra, point number 1. And the Parivar has been making these political bigamous relationships with multiple people.
But this is a better problem than to have than the problem that you have.
I'll tell you why not. 3 reasons, quick reasons why not. First, you forget your promises and then you start engineering these feuds because of which the stability for which the mandate has been given gets eroded. Two, your leaders themselves start sitting on dharna and exposing the incapacity of a Rajasthan government or your Himachal government or other governments, because even in Himachal they have a problem. By the way, Sukho and Vikramaditya, you wait and watch what will happen there after 6 months. Then three, what happens is that apart from the entire defocus on the issues and the promises made, for instance, no Kisan Karz Maafi, no 1500 rupees to the women in Himachal, no 300 units free to people of Himachal, you start going into a zone where you destroy the party for your personal ambitions, and therefore this is not at all hygienic for the state or the party or for the administration.
Okay, let me go across to Harish Bijur. As a brand man and as a Bangalorean, who would you like to see as Chief Minister and why? Who do you think, forget caste equations and all the other factors, who do you think would do a better job of giving Karnataka the kind of government it's voted for?
I would say that, there is a winning combination, Rahul, at this point of time, which has created victory for the Congress party in Karnataka. And this is Mr. Kharge and, of course, two other leaders, which is DK Shivakumar and Mr. Siddharama, apart from all others. If you really ask me, this winning combination must also be the administrative combination for the future. If any one of them is missing, then the administration will suffer, and there will be
But you're speaking
issues.
In an idyllic world.
And
Come
therefore,
on. Wow,
if I remove,
this is a complex situation.
Rahul agreed. Rahul, it's so complex that you need a creative solution, and no political party has as yet been able to come across a creative solution. Because, this phasing of 2 years with one and 3 years with another.
Nobody leaves the chair. Once somebody is made Chief Minister, they don't leave. Gehlot didn't leave, Baghel didn't leave.
Compulsions. And certainly there are compulsions. So therefore, all I'm saying is, there's no clear answer. People will be fishing in troubled waters at this point of time. The opposition will be watching happily to say that, let's see what they're going to arrive at. And these are very tall leaders with very big egos. It's not going to be easy. So all I'm saying is, one needs a very creative solution. What that is going to be is possibly going to come from the Congress party, or maybe not. And maybe not is more likely.
I just want to refer to all the post-poll data with Sanjay Kumar, which very clearly shows by a factor of 10, Siddharamaya is the #1 choice. So in the Access My India post-poll study, Siddharamaya stands at 27% of popularity on the question of who people want as next CM. Shivakumar comes in at 2%. Even in the CSDS pre-poll study, the numbers were the same in the CSDS study. So study after study shows Siddharamaya is the mass leader. He is the one people have elected. He is the reason the Congress has won in large part. In certain parts like old Mysuru, of course, Shivakumar had a role to play. But across the state, Siddharamaya is numero uno by a factor of 10. This should really not even be a debate. But the Congress has a way of making things exciting and complicated.
You're asking me, Rahul?
Yes, Sanjay ji.
Yeah. No, what you have, the two data which you have mentioned, Rahul, clearly indicate that if you go by the people's choice, there is no match at all. It's not even, like 10-20. If you look at the ratings of Siddharamaya, you cited the Access My India data, which is about, say, 25-27%. In our poll also, this is very high. About 40% people want Siddharamaya to become the Chief Minister. But Rahul, it's not the question of people's choice. I think it's about the legislature's choice. The CLP meeting is taking place. We don't know, and some information which has already been cited by you in the program, that it is most likely that 70% of the MLAs are with Siddharamaya. So if that happens, then the two gels together, people's choice and legislature's choice. But the big question remains, which you are also asking on this program, is DK Shivakumar going to relent? Well, whether he is going to accept the decision of the legislative party and even the verdict of the people. But that's going to be very, very crucial for the party.
And the problem is that the Congress hasn't of late, Ramakrishna Upadhyay, found easy ways or logical ways of being able to handle such situations, which is why they lost the government in Madhya Pradesh, which is why Sachin Pilot at this moment is on a Sangharsh Yatra in Rajasthan, which is why T.S. Singhdeo keeps popping up, taking a few pot shots at Baghel each and every week. This is a very, very problematic situation.
Yes, Siddharamaya is no doubt the mass leader. I mean, he's accepted across the state. whereas DK's area of influence is limited. So he should accept the reality, and Siddharama is the logical choice now. But if for that to happen, the Congress High Command has to be strong, and they should say, look, this is what the local situation is, and you need to accept it. But yesterday, soon after the results, what did Mr. Kharge say? He said it will be decided by High Command, and he also named Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. Then
no, but let me put that question to Lavanya Balal. This is the same point that Shehzad was making. Boss, he is the INC president. He is the High Command. I mean, this is really devaluing the chair that you hold. Come se kam public mein to aisi baat nahi bolni chahiye na. Even if he has to check privately, don't say this publicly.
Rahul, let me make it very clear. High Command is not one single person. High Command consists of a few people. So yes, when Mr. Kharge says High Command, it includes him as well. So High Command is not one
No, I don't think that's what he says. I think he says he'll check with the High Command. Shehzad has this over here. What does it say?
May I just read to Lavanya?
It says, I'll check with the High Command.
Our observers will convey their... One second, ma'am. May I just read with Rahul's permission? Our observers will convey their opinion to the High Command, and a decision will be taken thereafter. And in the statement, he names Sonia ji, no CWC.
No, this is a bit embarrassing. As Congress president, even if he has to check, he should check privately. This is like Mallikarjun Kharge not wanting to do the dirty work himself, putting the onus on Sonia Gandhi so that he doesn't have to take the responsibility for whatever the outcome of his action is.
It is very cute when people tell Congress leaders how they should behave and what they should be doing. But let me make it very clear. When we say High Command, there are a set of leaders. It is not just one person in the High Command. And Shehzad, I wish you all, I wish you all the best, but don't take personal pot shots.
Lavanya, if you have to paraphrase your president, a spokesperson paraphrases the president, the Ganga is flowing in the other direction. Secondly, with all due respect, Siddharama ji left the JDS because his ambitions weren't fueled there and came to the Congress. Happy, good luck doing whatever you do. I wish.
No, but let me go to R.K. Upadhyay. He can put this in context. Remember, I just want to explain this to our viewers, and Ramakrishna Upadhyay can then build on it. Go back to the time when Siddaramaiah was in the Janata Dal. Devagowda was chief minister. Siddharamaiah thought he should be chief minister. He thought that H.D. Kumaraswamy was being unfairly and wrongly propped up by Devagowda, and he walked away because he wasn't going to be made chief minister. So he's damaged the Janata Dal in the past, which is how someone like him actually ended up in the Congress. He's not an original congressman, unlike DK.
Absolutely.
Yes, Rahul, when the 2004 fractured mandate came, it is the first time that Janata Dal, yes, had got 56 seats. I mean, that's the highest ever they have got. And they were in a position to dictate terms because neither the BJP nor the Congress had the majority. And it took them almost 3 weeks to finalize the team. And it was then with Mr. Devagowda who backed Dharam Singh to be the chief minister. And Siddharamaiah became a deputy CM. So he thought he will get his chance. But then later on...
No, why was Dharam Singh picked and not Siddharamaiah at that time? Siddharamaiah arguably would have been the bigger leader even at that time.
Absolutely, but Devagowda wanted Dharam Singh because he's a pliable man. He knew that Dharam Singh will be pliable, and he used to go to he used to call Dharam Singh to his house every day and sit with him for 2 hours and tell him what he should be doing. So this was the kind of situation under which he became a deputy CM, and then later on he found that Kumaraswamy had his own ambitions, and then he took away about 40 MLAs out of the JDS, and Mr. Devagowda though knew what was happening, he told the speaker that no, I'm not recognizing that. It was a big drama played within the family, and then Kumaraswamy became a chief minister. So that is when Siddharamaiah realized that he has no chance being in JDS. So he had to walk out, and then he joined the Congress. And when he joined the Congress, he won a by-election. Everybody,
Factually incorrect.
He won by only 257 votes.
Upadhyay, sir, you're factually incorrect.
Okay, Lavanya wants to challenge you. Ramakrishna Upadhyay. Interestingly, Lavanya wants to challenge your understanding of Karnataka politics. Go on, Lavanya, give it a shot.
Absolutely. Ramkrishna, sir, he didn't walk out of JDS and join Congress. There was a 1 year gap where it was independent. And it was after a 1 year gap, the Congress
that was a really
requested him to join Congress, sir.
Really factually...
Quit JDS and
missing the trees for the woods was a game. Congress is best at it.
He didn't walk out, he was forced out.
You should follow your words, Shehzad. Please,
Lavanya, I spent more time in the Congress since since
Shehzad,
even
you need to
I
have
spend more time
No,
arguing
Shehzad,
cases
when
for
you
them
pontificate,
than you've been in the Congress.
follow
So
your
please,
words,
I know
Shehzad.
about the Congress a little bit
Follow
more
your
than
words,
you. I'm no
Shehzad.
longer
I
with
didn't
them. But
interrupt you.
just,
I
I
didn't
think you
interrupt you,
should
Shehzad.
bow down to people who are senior than you in Karnataka
Shehzad, you
politics.
don't need to teach me things, Shehzad.
I'm not.
Shehzad,
I don't
things.
preach.
You're not
I
my
don't
parent.
teach those who are.
You're
Okay,
not
okay.
my
Let
parent,
Ramakrishna
Shehzad.
Upadhyay come back. So now he ends up from the Janata Dal
Rubbish.
into the Congress. And then how does he become acceptable enough to be chief minister? Because there were other claimants in the Congress and he came from the outside and yet was made CM.
No, that is because he was the one who went around the state and campaigned heavily, and he had very good equations with with Rahul Gandhi.
That's right.
And when Congress got a majority, and then they thought he's the right person to lead the party because he had the maturity to run the government, and that's how they chose him. So he was able to give a stable government. After 3 decades, Karnataka had the most stable government, which lasted for 5 years, and he was the one who completed 5 years term after 33 years. So that kind of he comes with that kind of experience, and probably he wants to have another go. But then Shivakumar also has an equal right over this because he's been an 8-time MLA and he's been a Congress loyalist much longer than Siddharama. So now is his chance, and he has every right to ask for the CM's post.
I just have one line. When I was back in the Congress, this is true what Mr. Upadhyay
You're missing
said.
the Congress now?
I'm not missing the Congress.
Okay.
In fact, I can tell you that the way the Congress is going, in fact, it is going to be overconfidence that will kill them in 2024. But having said that, that's another conversation. Mr. Upadhyay is absolutely right. We all used to hear that how Rahul Gandhi's blue-eyed boy was Siddharama ji, and primarily
Still is.
Is still. And the problem is that the Congress ran this entire campaign on corruption. Mr. Siddharama has court-mandated cases against him. The court hasn't given him any relief in 2 cases, the ED and the CBI case. What face can the Congress have?
No, but corruption is always relative.
No, they were demanding Yediyurappa to be arrested.
You saw how you ran the government in Karnataka.
Arey Baba, we have got a mandate to now sit in the opposition.
Yes.
Now they are saying
Yediyurappa. So you should sit in the opposition.
I am sitting in the opposition,
and
but
let Lavanya's team duke it out.
No, I want to know that how will they have a clean government when the head of that government has 2 charge sheets against him on corruption?
Is that something, Harish Bijur, that voters in Karnataka are just taking as a given that this is not going to be Ram Rajya? It wasn't Ram Rajya under Siddharamaya. Corruption was one of the problems, which is why the BJP was brought in, and then that turned out to be as bad, if not worse. Relatively speaking, does corruption just get factored in as the cost of doing business in Karnataka?
Politics, corruption, I think there's a huge discounting factor which goes between the two. And I think I'm talking traditional stuff of people having discounted it across constituencies, across people, because half the time, most of the time, it is said that corruption is an allegation. It is not a proven fact. So proven fact is what people run behind. And most politicians are very, very good at ensuring that proven fact doesn't occur. And this is a generalization, I know. And therefore, that is discounted. So it doesn't come in.
So, Mr. Bijou, you accept that the verdict given against us was not on the corruption or 40% corruption on Sarkara. You accept that, right? That was a false allegation made by Congress.
I will not go into the details of this, Shehzad, because the point is this. Somebody grabs something and makes a campaign of it. The Congress party grabbed something which came from a contractors association complaint, and they grabbed it. And they made it big. But then I don't think that was the only issue which won them this victory. Because many other issues, and price rise, and particularly the gas cylinder issue, consumables issue, and the poverty-ridden parts of the state created for this.
Okay.
So corruption is just one of that. So, in reverse, everybody can point fingers at everybody in the political space.
I want to go across to Nabila. Nabila, has that meeting finally started? I mean, this is a Sunday evening. I don't want to be here till very late at night. I hope they've got started. They're doing whatever they need to do, and they let us know who will be the CM soon, or will they make this a late night matter which just goes on and on without resolution?
Right, you know what? It's going to take a little while because this is first of all the Congress.
Has the meeting started or not? Do you know? There's no way of knowing.
The victory. Right, what we know of is that all of the leaders have just arrived. In fact, a few of them we saw entering right now. So in my view, the meeting has not yet started, Rahul. It's possibly going to be another half an hour before they actually settle in to decide on discussions of who's going to be the chief minister. So for now, meeting has not begun. I can assure our viewers and you that this is just about meet and greet that's happening, because DK Shivakumar arrived barely about 10 minutes ago, and we saw a few other stream of MLAs who just entered in their convoys. So highly unlikely that any discussions on and deliberations on the roadmap ahead or the chief minister has not begun as yet. But I was trying to get you some voices of DK supporters. DK! 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 DK Sarkar!
Ma'am, tomorrow is DK sir's birthday. Last 5 years, Siddharama have been the CM.
But Siddharama has weight. He has age with him. He is a mass leader. Will you be disappointed if DK does not?
No, madam. No, madam. No, madam. We
will accept.
Yeah, madam. Whatever High Command decision is our decision.
We are ready to agree, ma'am.
That's more or less what the sense I get here, Rahul. That DK Shivakumar supporters as well, even as much as they're cheering for DK Shivakumar, it appears that they are all acknowledging that the decision finally lies with the High Command, and they're welcoming the decision, whatever it may. But of course, the muscle flexing that will happen here, Siddharama supporter on that side, DK supporter on this end, but no clashes, no arguments.
Are they
no
from
clashes.
each other?
They're all calm.
Are they close to each other? Are they friendly with each other? Nabila,
How
how far are the DK guys and the Shivkumar people from each other?
They're slightly apart. They're not very close. Are you all friendly with Siddharama supporters?
Both.
No fight.
No fight. DK Shivkumar.
One thing, Randeep Surjewala Sarji has got together both. Friendly, both. Okay.
I think Randeep Surjewala has played a huge role in getting both of them together. So the fans do not have that animosity as of yet. They've been very thoroughly sensitized, Rahul, on ground, that whatever be the decision, they should not revolt. And one should know that DK Shivakumar himself, even if he's not been given the chief minister's post, he's known to be a thorough, hardcore loyalist of the Congress party, and more important, of the Gandhis. Even when the Gujarat MLAs, a bunch of them, that DK Shivakumar a couple of years ago had escorted them to a resort here in Karnataka, he himself had claimed that there were a lot of calls from the BJP inviting him to the BJP, but he's refused. So all the scenarios that he's been, all the hurdles that he's faced, it appears that DK Shivakumar has been a hardcore loyalist of the Congress party, and today the CLP meeting will be putting to test his loyalty. If he's not given the chief minister's chair, will he still remain easy with a ministry within the Congress? That's the question.
I'm reminded of a statement made by Nabila during the campaign. Nabila was talking to Lallan Top Saurabh, and in that she let out how DK Shivakumar's reaction was to Siddaramaya's long-winded speech. It went quite viral. So, I mean, that's so much for discipline of Mr. Shivakumar.
Okay, I've just received information from inside the Shangri-La Hotel that KC Venugopal, the organizational secretary of the Congress party, Randeep Singh Surjewala, who's been sent from the center to organize this campaign and clearly did a remarkable job, DK Shivakumar, the Vocaliga strongman from old Mysuru, Siddharamaya, the former chief minister, are meeting separately in a room. So there's a huddle going on where the top leaders are meeting before they meet the MLA. So they obviously want that there be some kind of understanding amongst DK and Siddharamaya before they meet the MLA. So that meeting is currently on at the Shangri-La Hotel. The Congress Legislative Party meeting hasn't started yet. So this meeting's going on. One of the things that multiple people have been highlighting is, will they actually do a vote which could get acrimonious and bitter, or will they just leave it to the Congress High Command to decide? They've done that oftentimes in the past, where they basically just come out with a one-line resolution asking for the Congress High Command to take a decision and leave it to the Congress High Command. There's some confusion about who the Congress High Command is, because the Congress President is also referring to a High Command, which is a bit absurd, frankly. But that's also the practical and political reality of the moment. He understands the limits of his office and the limits of the power that he enjoys. So this is the information coming out of the Shangri-La Hotel, that all the senior leaders are in a meeting at this moment. We're also being told that Shivakumar in this meeting has apparently said that he's got 75 MLAs out of the 136 odd Congress MLAs backing him, and therefore he is not willing to accept anything less than a CM's chair. So if you thought this is going to be an easy, quick, in and out Sunday night, it's not going to be like that, it seems. Nabila, DK Shivakumar, from what I'm hearing from inside, saying that he's got 75 MLAs he thinks backing him, and therefore nothing less than the CM's chair is going to be enough for him.
Right, Rahul, if that question is for me, DK Shivakumar who are right now cheering for him. But from what I know, that there are a bunch of MLAs who are supporting DK Shivakumar, and yes, there has been some aggressive positioning and posturing that DK Shivakumar is right now done. But that's not in the know for the media, at least. So far, what we know is that he is, at least on the face of it, is pretending to be a loyal soldier, a man who's not revolting from within. But on the contrary, you also have Siddharama. As much as you say that 45 odd MLAs are supporting DK Shivakumar, we're hearing that a whopping 72 MLAs are right now in support of Siddharama. And that's what we hear, that they've signed a letter, given a letter, already shot off a letter to the Congress High Command saying that they want Siddharama to be the Chief Minister of Karnataka. So on both ends, we believe that there is aggressive posturing between
Dwarkanath is
Siddharama
back with us. The DK Shivakumar supporters out dancing, singing, chanting DK, DK. Siddaramaiah supporters not far from these DK supporters chanting Siddha, Siddha, oh, Sidhu, Sidhu, and then this is a royal mess. We've got Nagarjun Dwarkanath. He's inside the Shangri-La Hotel. Nagarjun, what's happening in this huddle between Venugopal, Siddaramaiah, DK, Surjewala? What are they discussing, and when will this meeting finally start?
Well, it seems like they didn't want the ruckus or the argument to be done in front of all the 135 MLAs. A closed-door meeting or a huddle with DK Shivakumar Siddharama is being carried out from the Congress High Command and the in-charges here. The observers also are not inside still. It is only KC Venugopal, Randeep Surjewala and DK Shivakumar as well as Siddharama. Only 4 people are in a room and discussing what would be the permutation combinations, and most likely what I'm told is the message has come through and they also want to feel what the leaders are feeling, the two netas, and what the moods are and what they expect out of the party as well, and their own desires to do what should be done next. And that is what this discussion is happening before they go onto the big stage with the MLAs. They don't want to create the ruckus in front of the MLAs. It would not send a good message if DK starts shouting or Siddharama starts walking out of the meeting, and hence clearly it was a strategic move that all the 4 netas will sit and whatever they want with an open heart can discuss in this closed-door meeting.
Munish Pandey joins us. Munish Pandey tracks the CBI, the Enforcement Directorate, intelligence agencies for us. And remember, Praveen Sood, who used to be the Karnataka DGP, has today been appointed the new CBI director. And the interesting thing is, he's the one who has been attacked by DK Shivakumar for being apparently anti-Congress. So that's the charge against him, for being pro-BJP and for having multiple cases against Congress leaders. So that potentially, because no matter what happens in Karnataka and who is CM, DK will have some part to play, and that potentially sets up the stage for conflict between the new CBI director and the strongman from Karnataka.
Rahul, in March this year, DK Shivakumar had filed a complaint before the Election Commission against then DGP Karnataka. Now, the allegation by Mr. DK Shivakumar at that point of time was that there are cases which are selectively only being filed against the Congress leader on behest of Bharatiya Janata Party. And at that point of time, DK Shivakumar had given an on-record statement saying that if Congress comes to power, then they will take action against Praveen Sood. The day Congress got the majority in Karnataka, the very same evening, a meeting took place of the High Power Committee comprising of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, LOP Adhiranjan, and Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, in which Mr. Adhiranjan said that he is not, he won't agree with the name, with this name Praveen Sood. But anyway, CGI and Prime Minister Narendra Modi decided to appoint Praveen Sood as the next CBI director. So timing is interesting in this, but at this point of time, we have been given to understand is that till May 25th, Subodh Jaiswal, the current director of the Central Bureau of Investigation, will hold the charge. On 25th of May, Praveen Sood will take charge as the new CBI director. And also, Rahul, what is important, that the CBI has one DA case against DK Shivakumar. So it is going to be interesting in future also.
Okay, it will be interesting to see whether the new CBI director and the investigative agencies, what position they take in all the cases against DK Shivakumar. How many cases does he have, Munish, at this moment? What are the kind of charges? When was he last called in for questioning? And is that, and you speak to a lot of these officers, what do they tell you? How much of a priority is it for them at this moment to prosecute DK Shivakumar?
Well, Rahul, the Enforcement Directorate and the Central Bureau of Investigation, including the Income Tax Department, all three agencies are probing DK Shivakumar. As far as the Enforcement Directorate is concerned, they have two cases against DK Shivakumar. Earlier, he was arrested in one case which was filed on the complaint of Income Tax Department regarding certain Benami properties. But recently, not only DK Shivakumar but also his brother DK Suresh, they were called in for questioning by the Enforcement Directorate in the National Herald case. It has been alleged by the Enforcement Directorate that there was some cash payment to National Herald and the NGO, which is technically being owned by some of the Congress leader, as alleged by the Enforcement Directorate. As far as the Central Bureau of Investigation is concerned, two cases have been filed by the CBI. The latest was in the year 2021, which was filed on the complaint of Enforcement Directorate, and that is a DA case against DK Shivakumar. So all three agencies at this point of time, they are still probing DK Shivakumar. But in future, whether DK Shivakumar will be called in by all three agencies or at least by the Central Bureau of Investigation, because Praveen Sood, the DGP of Karnataka, will now be taking charge as a CBI director. So whether that is going to reflect something in the investigation or not, only time will tell.
Munish, we'll come back to you for more later. I'm going to slip into a quick break right now. Huddle going on among the four senior leaders of the Congress party, trying to ensure that when they go out in the big hall at the Shangri-La and meet with the MLAs, there is no visible acrimony. But DK Shivakumar, from people around him, pressing his claim. Siddharama thinks he has a natural claim. He is the mass leader. He's the one who, frankly, has led them to power. So this is a very, very complicated situation for the Congress to try and resolve. We've got reporters on the ground. We've got sharp political analysts, number crunchers, those who've seen Karnataka politics over the decades, and we'll have representatives of different political parties. This Sunday evening just got started. Stay with us. Back in a moment.
Most important would be to go and consult a dermatologist, because it is not something you can treat on your own. However, what is the basic step and why does it happen? So heat rash happens because of the trapping of the sweat gland or sweat duct, and there is sweat under the skin. So you see, it can be of varied types. It can be red color, or it can be crystal-like, or it can be pustular. So these are the various types of heat rash which can be seen depending upon the level of the sweat duct which is involved. So most important steps which we can do during summers is to wear loose clothing. Don't wear very tight clothing, because that can cause friction, as well as it can lead to mechanical damage because of rubbing, and so the skin barrier could be disrupted. So make sure that your barrier is intact, and you can use moisturizer, which will act like a lubricating agent, so it will protect your skin.
You have to use something to negate the effects of your direct exposure to sun, like hat you can use goggles, so that eye irritation will not happen. You can cover your arms and your body parts with a soft cotton clothes, so that you will not get sunburns.
One of the symptoms of dehydration is lightheadedness and mild headache. Of course, be very clear in your head that this is not the basic sign of dehydration. So there are a lot of headaches which happen in summers, especially those who are prone to migraine. Summers and extreme heat precipitates the headache, and therefore dehydration of course can give you lightheadedness and some headache, but other causes of headache must also be considered.